Hello and welcome to Cigar Arcanum, where I smoke cigars and play some Magic. This is one of my favorite cigars. I'm not doing a review today. I've done a couple cigar reviews, but today, just gonna be enjoying it, lighting a stogie, and we're gonna hop right into the deck. Now, last time I was working on this deck, and what we found was running Immortal Sun and Chemist's Insight just wasn't working out. I really love these. I know I've smoked several of them. I plan on switching up and starting to do Alec Bradley reviews. And I think I might get the Alec Bradley gift set and review all the cigars in there and how I feel about it price-wise. I might do that along with my standard tier list, leaving the War of the Spark meta, entering the M2020 meta. So we're going to look at this list a little bit. So gone are the pretty difficult to play Immortal Suns and the Chemist's Insight. And in is 2 Negates, a Dream Eater, and a Doom Whisperer. Now, we also went down on 1 Kefnet. Otherwise, it's all basically the same. The sideboard is a little bit different in that we went up on Carnariums because of going down on Negates. The sideboard and up on the main board. So we decided to distribute some of the threats a little bit. In testing, what happened was Unmoored Ego would name God-Eternal Kefnet, and if you didn't have the counterspell for it, the game was over. So now we've included 2 more threats, and I think these might actually be the main threats. I'm going to talk a little more, but I think Kefnet might actually not survive the next edit. I'm going to get into that in a bit. Doom Whisperer and Dream Eater. Now, they both do 2 pretty different things instead of seeming like they do similar things. Now, Doom Whisperer, of course, is a huge threat, flying, trample, super efficient. Also gets the Surveil effect, which is really good in a lot of decks, but in this deck it's special because it is essentially a Disinformation Campaign engine. As many times as we have mana and life, we can keep spamming Disinformation Campaign. Dream Eater is similar in that you can use it to get some extra value off your Disinformation Campaign, and you can bounce something. What makes Dream Eater so valuable, though, is that it has Flash. In Magic, especially in control matchups, being able to play a threat at the end of your opponent's turn means either they deal with it and are tapped out for your turn, or they don't deal with it, in which case now you have this giant threat on the board that's doing, in this case, 3 separate colossal things. Doing damage, surveying, bouncing a permanent. Now, I actually was going to test this deck. However, I found that it didn't really do a lot. The theory of the deck is play Dreadhorde Butcher or Krenko 10th Street Kingpin, and then increase how strong they are with Judith the Storage Diva, Domri's Ambush, that type of thing. And there was a Growth Chamber Guardian because it's good, and it has a lot of synergy with Domri's Ambush. And it's pretty good with Domri himself. Carnival of Carnage is really good in this meta since so many people play turn 1 toughness creatures. Bedevil, I think, is the best removal spell in the format, and Shock is consistently so powerful. Just in removal, dealing with Planeswalkers creatures at 1 mana, it's just very efficient. Rekindling Phoenix. Honestly, this deck would probably end up getting Rekindling Phoenix cut in a future version along with Carnival of Carnage. One of the problems is Rekindling Phoenix is just an amazing card, but it doesn't really fit on the board whenever you have some of these other threats down. Generally speaking, if you have these other threats, you've already won the game, and Rekindling Phoenix is just winning games by itself, separate from the rest of the deck, which is good, but it means that the rest of the deck is probably bad. So we're not going to go with it until it gets a little more preparation, and I'm not going to be playing my classic Grixis deck. We're going to be focusing on blue-black. So we're going to hop in a game. Now, I dropped a little bit. I think I'm 94 or 93% now, so hopefully we'll climb back to 95%, maybe get up to 96 or 97 tonight. It really depends how this deck does in the current meta. We're coming off that Mythic Invitational. I don't think it had too much effect on the best of 3 meta for Mythic. I think that it was probably non-starter for most players in Mythic trying to climb, but you never know. This is a terrible hand. That was awful. More reasonable, this hand's also pretty bad, but I can live going first with it, and I'm not really okay going to 5. I keep that. I keep that. I don't really need the opt at this phase in the game, and I don't really need to threaten anything on my opponent, so I'm going to let this come into play tapped. Since we know we have that Blast Zone coming, we're not really under any pressure to deal with most of the threats on the board, and I'd like to keep mana open to respond to threats. And then later in the game, use opt to search for Ritual of Soot or a threat or a counter spell, depending on what I need. And I don't know what I need just yet, so you know, there's a reasonable chance I'm just going to Blast Zone later to kill a couple of 1-mana creatures, and I'd be really happy doing that. Alright, he's good. Jade Light Ranger. I'll opt now, because now I have a little more incentive. Now the incentive... Oh, he's playing that green Tron deck. Okay. Well, that is intriguing. Ooh. Okay. Okay, things are not that bad. He's only going to have 4 mana going into next turn. So, I really wish I had the ability to board wipe. But if I board wipe next turn, then I will have the ability to Ritual of Soot and have mana open to deal with Nissa the following turn, because he's getting rid of a land. I'm going to wait before I do anything. There's just so many ways this can go south that I'm just going to hold off, and I'm almost definitely going to opt. Field of Ruin is bad for me here, so that's a good reason why I didn't opt. That card can just kill me, and I'm going to negate it. Gonna negate it. Yeah, it's just rough in a lot of ways, what's going on. Well, you know, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. You know, it was probably close to a 50-50 on that one. Maybe a little bit worse, because I have 26, so I had 23 lands out of 51 cards. So it was probably like a 47-ish% chance of getting it. I'm fine with Bond of Flourishing. You already have the Nissa in hand. I just need a land. So I'm pretty desperate for a Nissa answer. Things are south. Not a Nissa answer. Not a Nissa answer. He's playing Nissa next turn. And killing the creature feels pretty good, but I will opt just to see if I can just auto-draw into the Nissa answer. Well, this will let me opt twice. I haven't played a land for turn, and it means that's one less card in my deck. I'm going to opt again. This is pretty cool. This is a strange answer to Nissa, because he's going to go land next turn, Nissa, make a dude, attack. I could opt Nixilis Cruelty that. Following turn, Dispersal Nissa. It's awkward because he can just replay the land again and then Nissa, and I'll be kind of in a bad situation. So I'm going to attempt to draw a real answer to it. That's a real answer. That's a real answer to Nissa. He has nothing to do about it. Unless he has Nissa and Ugin in hand. Okay. He had Nissa and Ugin in hand. Probably I got rid of that Ugin earlier. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. He can't go for Ugin this turn. He's going to have to play the Squirrel Beast, Arboreal Grazer. I always forget the name of that card. And he doesn't have a Sonic Spirit Guide or anything. Yeah, he's going really deep. This is unfortunate because it's shuffling back in. This guy's pretty good. They get a blue mana. It's pretty blue mana intensive. Now, actually, we're not as desperate as... Well, let's see. Yeah, we're not super desperate. We have an answer to most of his deck right now. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah. Yep. Yep, hit me for 1. So I'm just gonna go deep. I'm gonna go real deep and try to get some answers. In this case, I don't really care about his 03. I really just want answers here. Kefnet's an answer. He's lost 2 Ugins. I think he probably is running 4. He's definitely running 4 Nissa. Kefnet's probably an answer here. So I'll draw it. Getting really good mana here. It just, yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes your opponent doesn't draw anything into that. Whew. Okay. The answer is probably Kefnet. I need to get a threat on the board to start hitting him. And I don't think I'm in the mood to start milling him. I don't think it helps me that much. So... I'm gonna Kefnet. I probably should have Disinformation Campaign. I'm not under any real clock right now. If he does go Nissa, I have a lot of good answers to that. I can Nixilis Cruelty and then kill Nissa. I can buff stuff. I mean, Nissa's not the worst case scenario anymore. Ugin probably is. Ugin's close to being the worst case scenario. There's not a lot of good answers to Ugin in my deck, except Vrasking it immediately. It's just a good value card. Dog of Wisdom, you have drawn many lands, my friend. You have drawn many lands. I'm okay with him blocking. I'm really okay with him blocking. That's essentially nothing to me. Decline. Put that out. Maybe I'll draw the land. Nope, I'll draw the Kefnet. I'm not against drawing Kefnets. I did really want to get the Disinformation Campaign out before the Doom Whisperer. But it couldn't give me the land, and I could just get infinite Disinformation Campaigns. Which is pretty cool. I've never actually done that before. I don't really have an answer here, but there's not a lot he can do in this situation. There's very few 1 cards. I really like to have the Counterspell. Oh, that's neat. He's been playing his lands every turn. Maybe he just changed his mind, Dog of Wisdom, but there's always that reasonable chance that he has some Mega card, maybe a Counterspell. He's got 2 blue open. On my turn, we're gonna draw. So, I'm gonna go straight for the Doom Whisperer. I'm gonna go straight for the Doom Whisperer, and I'm gonna pay 2 life and survey. Okay, alright. Maybe I shouldn't even show him the Doom Whisperer. Maybe I shouldn't even show him Doom Whisperer. He has a lot of things this does well against. He has a lot of Planeswalkers. Honestly, I don't even think I should treat him like an aggro deck. I think I need to take out Nixilis' Cruelty, rely on my Rituals of Soot, bring in Negates and Duress. Because the only creatures he's running in that deck are the 3 Explorer cards, right? The Jade Light Ranger, Branch Walker, and the 1/3, whose name I will never remember, and Carnarium isn't that strong against them, and Llanowar Elf. Finale of Eternity is. God-Eternals isn't that strong here. I don't think God-Eternals is that strong here. I don't think he's going to aggro out against me. Like, I really doubt aggroing out is going to be the answer here. Dream Eater's probably weaker than normal in this matchup. There's a chance of counterspells. There's only one reason to run blue, right, for that deck. Tamio and counterspells. So Negate is almost definitively coming in. I do need to cut 2 more cards. Opt is a little bit weaker on the draw, so I think I'm going to drop one there. I do want to keep this pretty healthy removal suite in. Again, Disinformation Campaign isn't going to be super valuable in the draw here, so I think I'm going to go down on that, and my strategy on the draw is survivalist. Really just trying to get to the next phase of the game. Not bringing Elderspells, even though I know he has at least Nissa and Ugin and probably Tamiyo. So it's going to be rough, but they don't do as much as Vraska's, and I think the creatures are the right choice here, so I'm going to find out. Ooch. 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 All my lands come into play untapped. I have the Finale of Eternity for the mid-game, where he tries to shift into playing Explore and Creature Dudes into playing Planeswalkers. So, again, this is one of those, hopefully by then I start doing something. I have a lot of lands. Blast Zone might be the reason I end up keeping this hand. Kefnet's bad. Kefnet's bad here. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to mulligan. Very bad. Oh, God. Unmanageably bad. I can't survive on that at all. I probably should have kept the last hand. It's always hard to give up a hand with lands and spells, but I wasn't winning the game with that hand. To 5. Alright, well, you win some, you lose some. Oh, well. Sometimes you win them. I mean, having that Ritual of Soot's going to be really key. He went down too. So we're going to find out. I am going to Island Pass. He's probably running Negate, and if he's a good player, he will try to negate my Opt. So I'm going to main phase Opt. Yeah. I need black mana desperately. So he's not running black. There's no chance of getting Thought Erasure, which is good. Oh, no Jade Light Ranger. Alright. This is Triumph instead. Maybe an Arboreal Grazer in hand? Yeah. So, you know what? We're just going to find out what's in his hand. Dog of Whisper. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just one of those games, I guess. Island Pass. Island Pass. My favorite move in Magic is Island Pass. Yeah. Swiggle. I'm not countering that. There are cards I'll counter, and there are cards I won't. And one of the cards I'm gonna Ritual of Soot. I can't Ritual of Soot. I'm gonna God-Eternal Kefnet. He only has one spell potentially in hand. And I think it's probably an Arboreal Grazer. And he can Ugin and ruin my day. He can Ugin and ruin my day. But I needed to put a threat on the board, and I didn't have the mana for Ritual of Soot. That is not a threat, in my opinion. I know it thinks it's a threat, but it's not really a threat. I have so many options to deal with it that I'm just going to pass turn. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to get into dealing with it in the middle of the game. Like a Sinister Sabotage to whatever giant big boy spell he's planning on playing here. Yeah, he can have that. Yeah, whatever. That's just more food for Ritual of Soot. Yeah. I'm going to Sinister Sabotage that because I know he's going to Jade Light Ranger after. And I need to dig for a swamp. Swamp! I need to dig for a swamp! All of those things. Do all of those things. Just all of them together. That is an Ugin. Very awkward. Very awkward for me. I need to wipe the board and have Negate for Ugin and do this and do that. A lot of bad things happening right now. And I'm going to take 5. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Negate. Well, Well, not horrific. Not horrific. I'll have the counterspells. I'm not dead next turn. Awkward, but not horrific. No attacks. I'm gonna need to kill something when he swings out. Yeah, homeboy's going for the sick Ugin. I am going to try and counter that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is the Swamp of Destiny. The Swamp of Destiny! If it's just Hydroid Crassus, you know, never mind. Is he unblockable for some reason? No. Oh, I'm a fool. That's why. Yeah. I'm blocking Hydroid Crassus. If he had the Negate, he would have used it. No way would he just ignore the Negate there. Maybe he's got some way to shuffle my deck, right? But there we go. No, if you had the Negate, you should have used it there. Beautiful. Excellent. I mean, there's a solid chance I'm just going to see Ugin in my face, and I'll cry. J-Light Ranger is manageable. J-Light Ranger is definitely a manageable card at this phase. Yeah. Yeah. This is really, really good for me. This is really, really good for me. I can Kefnet. You can't kill Kefnet, and I have the answer for the Karn coming off the top. So that's fantastic. You're going to play Karn because you have to play Karn. Now he's essentially out of options. Like, Dog of Wisdom doesn't have a lot of ways to go here. I did have to draw that second Kefnet, which is meh, but I can't attack. I have to wait. Either this turn, if he does nothing, I'm just going to pump this to 3. Or, yeah, 3. That card is very weak by itself. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a gamble, but I need to start bringing his life total down. I can't let this game go on forever, so I'm just going to beat face. I'm just gonna beat face. Just gonna beat his face in. There's really nothing to do except beat face here, and we're in top deck mode. My top deck mode is better. Well, I say that. I wonder what he's getting. Yeah, that resolves. Pick your artifact.
My purpose is greater than myself.
That's interesting. Sure. I mean, sure. Critic token's a copy of an equipped creature. Yeah, let's sacrifice this. I mean, I'm okay with Wild Growth Walkers. I'm pretty okay with Wild Growth Walkers. We're going to reveal that. We're going to reveal that. And we're going to cast one on the Wild Growth Walker. Then we're going to boop Karn. Boop. Boop his face. Knock him down. That Vraska's is just really strong here. It means that even if he does draw the Ugin, there's not a lot of value he can get out of it. Another Karn. How many is that? That is several Karns.
Stand down.
I mean, he's probably going to get the Meteor Golem? I would go grab a Meteor Golem if I were him. I mean, it's not great against God-Eternal Kefnet, but nothing really is. Oh, that's neat. That is a neat choice. I'm going to reveal that. I'm going to reveal that. Yep, get rid of that. He had no reason to surrender there. He could have easily come back. That was a poor choice. He just didn't want to play that game anymore. 95. Back to 95. I'm going to float to 95. Okay. Alright. Let's see the deck a little bit. I didn't really get to see Dream Eater in either of those games. I'm pretty happy with how Doom Whisper's coming out. Maybe, I said this before, God-Eternal Kefnet is a good card. But there's a lot of situations in the game where, especially when you're in top deck mode, you're playing, well, I hope things go well. And you don't have to play that with Doom Whisperer. With Doom Whisperer, you can check if things are going to go well or not. And, you know, artificially induce that. Kefnet's still really strong. We're still playing mostly instants and sorceries in the deck. But without a good way to consistently control what we're drawing, it's hard to know. I think Disinformation Campaign might be a worse search for Azcanta. I'm honestly on that fence. It has a more immediate effect, and it has more blowouts. Like, when I play Disinformation Campaign, it really is hard for the opponent to do anything about it. Even destroying it is just really lackluster because it already got its effect off. And it can be just bounced back in a lot of different ways. Only one of them at instant speed, and it's a counterspell, so it's kind of locked in when that can happen. God-Eternal Kefnet doesn't have the oomph to really get there as much as I want it to. Doom Whisperer might not either. I haven't had enough games with Doom Whisperer or Dream Eater to know that, so I'm keeping the list as is. I'm relatively satisfied with the sideboard. What I'm not liking is Elderspell. I'm sure there's a reason to play Elderspell. I'm just not feeling the reason. I really like Finale of Eternity for random threats, Hostage Taker for random threats, Into the God Eternals. I don't run 4 main board because it's not good against every deck, but it's usually pretty okay. Negate and Duress are obvious. Cry of the Carnarium. Only because there's no good instant speed black mass removal. If there was a good instant speed black mass removal spell worth playing, I'd be playing that one instead. Cry of the Carnarium isn't that. I don't know. Is there a better card than Elderspell? Maybe it's Fungal Infection. I really, really like Fungal Infection. Fungal Infection lets you deal with a lot of the 1/1 heavy decks, right? We talked about that with Carnival of Carnage, but it also lets you deal, like, let's say you're against red deck wins. Sometimes it lets you kill 2 creatures when they're going to attack with their 2 1 toughness creatures. And I love that. I love the idea of 2 for 1ing them for 1 mana like that. They're not ready for it. It's not like Carnival of Carnage, where it does so many different things that you can play at main board, like in Grixis. So I don't think that I would necessarily main board it, but because I would have to get rid of Nixilis Cruelty, and this card's too valuable. A lot of people like Cast Down, a lot of people like Moment of Craving. Nixilis Cruelty is good against decks where you don't know exactly what's going to come next. Even in the Mythic meta, where there's a lot more consistency, there's still a good bit of variance. And I don't like being caught with my pants down too much, so I like a lot of these more generic threats and responses that actually let me control the game without having to worry too much. On the next match. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to play this deck for. It's more of an experiment than anything else. Like, it's a really cool deck, you know. Play a bunch of Disinformation Campaign, destroy your opponent's hand, draw a bunch of cards, Kefnet, play a bunch of spells. But I don't know if it's really that good. I think Blue-Black has a lot of potential. I think it's overlooked because Esper control is so strong, and Esper midrange is so strong, and Grixis control is pretty strong. Yeah, this hand has a lot of answers for all kinds of stuff. Even my opponent going first, this hand can really work. I'm really happy with the Negate Inclusion main board, and I'm probably up against Grixis control. So there's a solid chance of being Thought Erasure turn 1. Well, the chance almost is 100. Yeah, there it is. That's the wrong basic land. That is objectively the wrong basic land for this deck. You really need three black sources turn 5. And if you're playing islands, you're not going to get it. Now, this is telling me my opponent probably has Sinister Sabotage in this deck. And the reason is he needs the double blue. And if you're not playing islands, it's hard to play. That's why I don't play Sinister Sabotage in Grixis control. Also, I think counterspells are bad in this format because of Teferi. But the other reason is you need to be able to play Bolas turn 5 to make the deck work. And clearly, he has other priorities. And that priority is likely playing a 2 blue mana spell. very quickly. Narset has the same requirements, but because she's not an instant and not as critical, I'm going to play an untap land. He knows about the Negate, and that's fine with me. He's going to bait into it. I don't care about that card. I know I should care about that card. Like, I know in theory that card is a card to be cared about. This is some weird Grits of Soul Diviner deck. I've come across this deck before, and I've seen other people come across it. Now, we know he has one of these in hand because he got rid of it. Whatever. Yeah, all this is doing is it's telling me that my Negate's going to be good, and I can use Ritual of Soot, right? Ritual of Soot will do a thing this game, and I'm happy with that. Poke me for 2 for a while. I'll have to get over it. I do need to start 1-for-1ing my opponent here, so once he plays the big Dragon Boy, I'm going to be upset, but I can live with that. I can live with pitching one of these lands. Oh god, I am lost. I am lost. I assume it's for Soul Diviner. Okay, maybe. Hey, man, I might get hit with that Exulpia. Oh, I don't, dude. Okay. What is this? Is this to draw a card with Bolus and Soul Diviner? Dude, what is this guy's life? Moon runes. I can't read that. Chinese or Japanese. I don't know how to read other languages than English. That's not true. I can read French. My French is okay, and my Latin's very, very bad. My French is bad. My Latin's bad. But I can at least tell what the words are. I don't know how to... It's not the Roman alphabet. I'm pretty lost. That's actually pretty good for me here. It lets me remove at instant speed or do whatever I want, so... Yep. In turn. I really would like to 2-for-1. That's gonna be awkward. That's gonna be real awkward. I can't kill it in response to anything.
Mysteries to uncover.
This is awfully unfortunate. This is a cost. Removing the counter is a cost. So even if I respond to it, he's still gonna get the draw. So he's getting 2 cards no matter what happens here. Now what I can do in response to that is kill his dude, and then deal with Narset later. And he's getting the draw no matter what. Like, he's getting the card no matter what. He's behind on land. So I'm getting rid of the Soul Diviner to force him to tap for it.
Fury will only
you get your card, you get both
astray.
cards. And now he's going to get the Narset. This is a lot of card advantage to deal with.
Hone your prowess.
I didn't Blast Zone his Soul Diviner because I don't have time to do that. It would have taken too many turns of not really doing much else, so I'm glad it's a hard choice for him. He doesn't have 5 mana, which means that he's probably debating the Bolas. He does have the mana. Another Narset. Okay. There's not a huge amount of value in killing Narset anymore. He's got another one, and I'm not even... I'd rather 1-for-1 the card he gets, because he's getting that card no matter what, and he's playing another Narset. So I'm just going to end my turn and be upset about it. At least I'll be able to Blast Zone next turn. But yeah, guy's got a real clutch. Guy's got a real clutch.
With thoughtfulness before
It's just
action.
rough. This is a rough situation. Going on the draw in these matchups can be really painful. Yeah, Duress. Duress. I'm fine with that Duress. Yeah, Duress resolves. Take a Vraskas, dude. I'm fine with that Duress. Main deck Duress. This deck is kind of all over the place. Thought Erasure. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I mean, you already knew what I had, and getting the Surveil must have been what he wanted, because he's looking... I mean, he's desperate for a land, right? Okay, I'm putting 2 counters on this. I might end up putting 2 more. So, I need to counter something next turn. Like, I'm in pretty desperate need to draw an answer to something. Kefnet's not doing anything here. That's what I needed. Like, that's definitely the card I needed, because he doesn't have the options to do much next turn. And getting that Surveil will mean that I'll be able to start snowballing into the game again. That's the 5th land, which means he's Bolus ready. Yeah, Bolus is getting countered, especially with nothing out. Yeah, there's just a lot of cards to work through. This is a lot of cards to work through. And there's no real good answer to Narset. Oh, that's a good answer, Narset. Let's see what he's working with. Let's see what he's working with. Oh god. Working with some good stuff. Working with some good stuff. That's 3 boluses in hand. I don't really have any way to get out of this. Even though I Thought Erasure this one, and then I blow up the other one with Ritual of Soot, I'm going to be really hard-pressed to do anything. I'm not really worried about this. It's good, but it's not the thing that's going to end this game. I'm going to hit the bolus. Yeah. 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 He's going to play bolus. He's got to play bolus. Man, that was a lot of boluses in hand. Yeah, I mean, I don't really need Ritual of Soot anymore.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Could do more counters on this. I think I like him to force him to play bolus again. Yeah, I want to force him to play bolus over and over, and then draw answers into it to be able to win this game. Looks like we have a frozen camera. So... okay. Ouch. Yeah, that's why he was running the Kiora. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna kill the bigger dragon. And he's killing me next turn with this dragon, no matter what, I think. No, he doesn't have +1/+1 counter on it. And he can go for the Ravager next turn. So I am going to release that. Yeah, looks like I don't have chat up. So I'm going to have to figure out how to add chat back, and I lost my chat visual. I'm gonna negate that. I mean, I'm essentially dead next turn. Alright. A lot of creatures. A lot of creatures. Let's see what I draw. That won't save me, so we're gonna go to the next game. There is some awkwardness because not a lot could come out. I'm definitely taking Hostage Taker, and I'm putting the other 2 negates in. On the play, Duress can help a lot. I don't really know what I'm taking out. Probably Kefnet. Well, probably Kefnet. I gotta be the control deck. I gotta make him play the aggro deck in this matchup. Duress isn't gonna make it. Opt isn't gonna make it. Opt is coming out. I'm gonna put 3 Duresses in. And if that's coming out, Disinformation Campaign coming out as a 1. I think this is a little bit stronger. So... let's see. Yeah. It looks like the visuals are breaking here, so... let's see. Configure video. Let's lose the camera. Let's unplug it and plug it back in. Okay. So I'm gonna play first. Yep. Keeping all 7. Keeping all 7, scare him. Why did I keep the Ritual of Soots? The Ritual of Soots for Soul Diviners and stuff like that, and the inevitable Thief of Sanity. Ooh, yeah. I don't care about the negate. It's not going to get him into this game. I do care about Bolus, though. Bolus is so powerful. Play your negate. I'm going to force the negate with Discovery. Depending on what this card is, he'll counter it. I would counter this no matter what. He needs to keep me off of more threats, especially because he doesn't know what's in my hand. Yeah, he should have countered that. Yeah, I'd like to keep this for next turn. I have the lands I need. I have a singleton answer next turn for anything. So I'm going to keep that, and let's Duress. Let's see if he'll protect it. And he should negate no matter what, even if it's a land or something. Because if it's a land, I would take negate, and if it's a threat, then he has a threat. Yeah. We're going to Discovery again. Nope, and nope. Let's check the video feed again. Yeah, video feed still looks good, so... Ooh. Did I not... Oh, I just drew land off of that. Okay. Let's threaten with a counterspell. He doesn't care about counterspells, but... Man, do I not care about that in this situation. I mean, he doesn't have a threat coming down until next turn. That's neat. That's neat. That's neat. Next turn will be very interesting. And yeah, make a Sarkhan token. Make a Sarkhan token. That's gonna resolve. Now, do I kill the token? I think I need to kill the token because I'm playing Dream Eater next turn when he attacks. And I'll bounce it and do some good stuff. I'm casting this. I'm either casting it on Sarkhan or I'm casting it on the token. Sarkhan, I have other ways to deal with. I have kill spells for the token. I'm going to kill Sarkhan. He's too much of a threat throughout the game, and I can bounce the token to kill it forever next turn when it attacks. So... Now, I'm actually going to take the damage when he attacks. Because I want to keep the Sinister Sabotage open, I want to Dream Eater at the end of my turn if I need it. So, we're going to let him hit me. Pow. Pow. Let's see what he's going to play. Yeah, he's got something powerful. And I'm going to Sinister Sabotage that. And then on my turn, bounce the token. And get the good survey in. Nope. Don't need a land there. Okay. So, now I have the choice of bouncing and forcing him to discard one of his 2 cards, or digging a little bit, or just going for the Dream Eater. I'd like to keep him off cards, and even if it's a bolus, I'm pretty threat strong right now, so I'm actually going to Dispersal the token. Okay. Gave me a lot of knowledge what he's working with. He's not working with anything super powerful. That's awful for me. That's awful for me here. That might have been the game. Let's see. Now, if he draws a land, he's just going to transform it. And if he doesn't draw a land... Oh, that's it. So he's going to transform it and get his bolus back. That's a lot of value. That is a huge amount of value. Even if I wouldn't have had it, he would still had all this set up for it. Yeah, he's getting really bad. Man. Being on the other side of Grixis control, always very painful. Like being on the danger side of Grixis control. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out how to get the chat back. Oh, chat. Yeah. Okay, looks like I have chat back now. Yep. I'm not really in this game. There's pretty much no way to get into this game from here. Yeah, I'm gonna scoop. That was pretty painful for me. I see your message. And thank you. Yep. So... let's see if I can... Yeah, one of the problems I'm having right now is I'm playing on... down to 94. I can live with that. One of the problems I'm having is trying to figure out the right full screen view. For this, I don't have a lot of options, and I can't see chat while I'm playing yet. I'm probably just gonna set up a second screen so that we can see chat while we're playing through. But I'm gonna do one more game. Read through chat a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to full screen, and we're gonna do another rank. Actually, if we can get Luke into a game, beg him to play with me. Luke, do you want to play? See if we can get him to join us. It'd be fun to have somebody to talk to for this, and talk about the games a little bit more. Man, that's unfortunate. Discord mutes stream. Sure. Is that an issue? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm going to join a call with you, though.
There you are.
Aha! So, are you reverberating sound-wise right now? Can you hear me? Luke, can you hear me? I guess Luke cannot hear me. Oh, because you're muting me while streaming. While I'm streaming, right?
There we go. Oh, that was. I hear you on stream,
but you don't hear me on Discord. Yep.
No.
Yeah, give me a second. Mic check. Okay. So I have mic check passing.
I hear you now, I think.
Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Alex, is Luke echoing?
Let me get my stream. Gotta go. I'm checking this deck. Oh, I stop hearing you when I mute your stream. That's very strange.
That is strange. When you mute my stream, you stop hearing me on Discord? Streamer mode is enabled. That's why. How is it now?
I'm trying to figure out what's the stream and what's you talking.
Okay, and if you hear me immediately talking, that's the stream. If I respond to that's the Discord, because the stream is on a 30-second lag.
Right.
So, that makes sense. Are you trying out a new deck?
Yeah, I'm going to try out a new deck, but I am still here. Testing?
I hear you.
I don't know if Discord's having a problem or not. Actually, no, I saw your mic light up. Check your mic sensitivity in Discord, because it may be low.
Let's see. How about now?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, cool.
Yes, now let me check the... I need to go check at the results. I'm going to go find this deck that I saw that I quite liked.
Okay, I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'm not sure about my plays in that last game. I think I got disheartened at some point. And I'm still not sure God-Eternal Kefnet is the card.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about your Discord but you like are dropping little bits of all the time. Must be because you're streaming and talking to me, but I sometimes miss the end of your words. And it's not a microphone cutoff, it's definitely a network drop.
A network drop at the end of my communication. That is interesting.
Yeah, I lost all of that.
Really? Okay. Let me check some stuff real quick. Okay, my audio input capture seems good on the studio.
Yeah, okay, I saw it when you were looking at my Discord call. You could see the voice, like the network quality.
Yeah, my ping dropped. Ping's back to 29.
And you're seeing it's just
73.
that. I'm surprised your stream is so steady for all that it is.
Yeah. Now, let me drop Slack. Maybe Slack's doing a thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not hearing you at all, unfortunately. We could try alternate call stuff if this isn't working.
Let me increase my sensitivity. Okay, Discord says that my mic is coming through well. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm hearing you fairly well, but occasionally right now you're about 20% of the time lopping off the ends of words with robot tones.
Okay. Let's try and...
Oh, that's much better.
That's better?
And now I don't hear you.
Changing which camera I'm using. I'm going to use the lower quality camera. Ooh, that one looks bad. Yeah, that camera is really bad. Let's see. What other call do you think? I think any other call is going to have the same problem. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm okay with living through it, to be honest. But I could also just